The Queens explores the history of 35-year-old Miss Continental pageant and the baton, which has been around almost 50 years. So, Mark, tell us what made you want to explore this story and also explore just the Chicago drag scene. What made you want to tell this story?
I tell people this, that back in the 90s when I moved to Chicago, I had a friend at work and he said, let's go to the Baton. Now, have any of you been to the Baton?
No. I was just telling her I had not.
You know what?
And it's like a staple here in Chicago.
It is. It's a legend. It's iconic.
Yes.
And he said, it's a great show. And I said, I'm not really into drag shows. He said, no, it's more than that. They're female impersonators. I said, what's the difference? And he said, most of the performers there are transgender and they're living their lives as women, both on stage and off. So I went there and I was completely mesmerized. It's an awesome show. Yeah. It's a production, and I would always go there for years and years. And when I left my reporting job in 2011, I thought this would make a great documentary or a great reality show. So,
so it impacted you like that?
Yeah, because it's a world that a lot of people don't know about.
Sure.
You three don't know about it yet. You got to go check it out. Many people have been to drag shows, but this is very different. Again, this is a subculture of transgender life. Doesn't represent all transgender individuals, but it's about the folks who compete and perform in this particular world.
That's very cool. I love learning about different subcultures, all walks of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Naysha, you were competing with some major names in the community. Did you go to Baton or did you attend Miss Continental often before participating in this film?
I was actually 15 years old with a fake ID when I first saw Miss Continental, and I said, one day I have to be on the stage competing and one day be Miss Continental. And so I got on that stage and competed. I mean, some of the most legendary and iconic entertainers compete at Continental. So it was an honor, and I was in awe, you know, to be with such wonderful and talented entertainers.
Sounds like a dream come
true.
true.
No, it was. It really was, yeah.
So Mark,
and we profile her, obviously, and three other performers in the particular year that we went behind the scenes. So in the course of our film, you get to see how Naysha does.
It's really cool. So what did performers, Mark, tell you in terms of what's changed for female performers over the years? Did they give you any insight?
In terms of transgender performers? Yes. Well, you know, that whole culture, as we know, has changed. We know a lot more about transgender folks today than we did just a few years ago. And the way people define themselves as transgender has changed. So when we first premiered this film at a workshop, for example, there were some transgender activists who kind of said, this world is archaic, it's regressive, its time has passed, that if you are truly transgender, why are you calling yourself a female impersonator? So there were all kinds of new aspects that had come to light over time because, you know, we are more enlightened about it. And people now have different words they use to describe where they are in the spectrum of being transgender. So I just say about this particular world, this film passes no judgments. You go to it, you evaluate it for yourself. Totally. Hopefully you'll appreciate the beauty and the illusion and the incredible talent that is showcased on the stage, as well as a lot of the behind-the-scenes drama.
There's so much drama, first off. But I always love a film that you can go see and you learn something from it. You walk away knowing so much more than you did when you walked in to see it. And that definitely happens with this movie. You guys are going to really learn so much. Like the whole lifestyle, everything.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it is.
Well, guys, if you want to check it out, The Queens is playing tonight at 9 p.m. at Landmark Century City. This is one of the featured films in the LGBTQ+ Fest. It's called Reeling, the festival, and be sure to log on to reelingfilmfestival.org for ticket information.